Welcome to the debut episode of My Appalachian Home, a podcast about extraordinary people doing extraordinary things in the Appalachian region. My guest today is someone who makes people look good, which I need plenty of help with that. You may have seen her work on any number of bluegrass festivals across the country. My guest is photographer extraordinaire, Lacey Mack. Lacey, what's going on today?
Hi. Same old day, just getting everything ready and ready to do this interview and get it done.
I got you. I got you. You seem to be having a day off now. You're at the house, so that's good.
Yeah, kids are out of school next week, so normally the week before that, I kind of take a slow week. I'm still working. I've got a lot of editing and all that fun stuff, but then farm tours and all that. So
Oh, I got you. I
take it
got you.
easy in the evenings more so.
I'm sure everybody's seen some of your work. If they're just they all they got to do is go online I mean, you've worked with the Poe Ramblin' Boys, Authentic Unlimited.
Mhm.
Both of these guys have been Grammy nominated and have some Grammys under their belt.
Yeah.
But you know, who else have you worked with?
I've worked with a lot of different bands, individually and through festivals.
Hmm.
So really, just about everyone on a flyer. I've
Wow.
got to the opportunity to work with them. Rhonda Vincent, she's amazing. I've got to work with her through festivals as well. Daly and Vincent, the Grascals. Sister Sadie is another great band out there as well, Grammy
Hmm.
nominated. I've got to work with them. Tons of them. There's other bands out there. Backline, one of my favorite bands coming out right now,
Sure.
with them as well. Breaking Grass. I don't get to work with them a lot, but when I do, that's one of those groups that doesn't get up around my area too much, like East Tennessee and whatnot. But man, they are awesome. So I've had the opportunity to work with a lot of people who were one-offs. So I'm like, man, that won't happen again. And then a lot who I've got a lot of repetitive work through, and I've got to build more relationships with and kind of do this whole journey with them and let them be a part of my personal journey as well. So it's
Yeah.
been it's been awesome.
So when did you first know that you wanted to photograph people and you had that you had this talent to do that? I mean, because it takes a special eye, I guess, to find that thing that you think's going to work best.
I mean, photography within itself is a huge skill, and I have hardly tapped into most of any of it the last 4 years. I'm learning, progressing as I go. I have great mentors. Jeremy Stevens is one of the best photographers out there, and he's always there to answer any questions that I have, as well as like guide me. And sometimes he'll like, man, I really like that photo, and the inside child of me is just like, yay, thank you so much, I appreciate that, but I cannot do that without you. And I think with the photography side, I've always, when I had my own band when I was younger, I loved like taking our own band photos. We always took ours and I would like pose the guys. I'm like, all right, I don't want like the standing in the line. Like, let's kind of make it fun and enjoy it and like show moments more so just who's going to be there and like show what you're coming into, the excitement, a little bit of laughter. I love candid photos, and I love the live stuff. So 2022, COVID, all that fun stuff. It was kind of, I wouldn't say wrapping up, but it was in that midpoint where it was like, okay, festivals are kind of coming back. I love writing music. That's what I do a lot. I write songs, and it's a lot easier to meet people doing photography and just like my everyday thing, not even to push songs, but just to, oh yeah, we can, I naturally gravitate toward you. And like, this is great. I feel like I can be creative with these people, whether I'm behind the lens or writing with them or all of it. So it was a lot easier to meet people having that other creative outlet that wasn't just, me going and playing music with them or me singing with them or me writing with them. It was something that was really beneficial to not just the community. I feel like all these archive projects that I like to put back are super special to me just because they all have stories and it's stuff that I'll get to show my children later. And I loved looking at that when I was younger. My dad would show me all these pictures from the 40s and the 50s and the 60s. And, I've seen some great photos like from Jeremy Stevens. He has some, I call them first generation bluegrass photos. And I'm just
Oh
like, man,
wow.
I wish I could have like done that, but he's got that, and I love it because now it's like, what else can we do? I love the stories, and it's not just the artists; it's also the Luthers. the people who are behind the scenes, the sound
Mm-hmm.
people, all that stuff, they all have their own stories and everyone's really integrated. So when it came to just the photography side, it was more than I want to do photos. It was like, what can I do to stay embraced in this community I love? Because it's not for the money, but what else can we do to benefit each other that keeps
Mm-hmm.
everything going and just the whole ecosystem. So I think it was just wanting to be creative in other ways and getting other people as well to like boost that creativity and kind of open it up if they're willing to. So just
Sure.
finding that community, and like I said, people naturally gravitate toward folks. So if
Well,
it works, it works, and that was
well, we
pretty
were
much it.
we were using a few words the other day when we were talking on the phone. Collaboration was one of them,
Mhm.
and whether you're doing what we do or what you do, I think we all have to work together, and we're a lot stronger in the end.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Um, and it's sort of a simple concept, but
Yeah,
it's not used as much as I really think it should be these days.
I agree. And when I say collaboration, like it doesn't mean just social media, like collaborating posts. It's just getting together and having those one-off shows,
Hmm.
and people who have these histories who are in other bands, and bringing that stuff together to showcase it, even if it's in a private setting that I
Hmm.
might get to be there for, house jams, things like that, or even if it's like a one-off randomly at a festival that you never would have thought, and now these people are on stage again together, or they're doing a showcase together, and like this will probably never happen again. So
Hmm. See,
collaboration is
I
huge.
think the first time I ever went to IBMA, I had that same experience. I was walking around, with my phone in my hand, thinking, I'll never see these two guys sitting over here,
Right.
having a chat. I mean, Frank Sullivan and I can't remember, and a couple other guys were sitting over there, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't even know they knew each other.
Right.
And just getting that photograph of just seeing them together and just
Mm-hmm.
wondering what they're talking about. I
Right.
mean, those kind of times never happen, and they may never happen again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I totally understand where you're coming from with that. But what do you think you think you're gonna keep doing this? I mean, you think this is just like the thing that you're meant to do, or
Well, when it comes to, I definitely want to keep doing this. And when I say this, it's just continue being involved,
mm-hmm,
writing music, sharing it with my family. My kids love it, as
mm-hmm,
well as, what can I do behind the scenes and, continue to keep growing. I feel
mm-hmm,
like there's a big cap out when it comes to bluegrass music. And I think there's a way to break that.
right?
It doesn't need to be a cap.
No.
So my thing, like you said, collaborations, I love working with people. If people want to continue to keep working, I am always going to be there to keep working.
Well, I noticed something that you put up on social media the other day. It was a huge wall, but it had like some vines growing on it. And I
Yeah,
and I was like, wow, that would make a great background. I mean,
right. Yeah,
so
that was over at Silver Dollar City. I was there with the
oh,
Ramblin' Boys, and
okay.
they just finished their sound check, and I went out there and was getting fresh air and whatnot. It was a beautiful day, but a little humid. And I was like, okay, all right. I'm sitting there, and I sat down, went to call my kids, and I looked up and I was like, hmm, I like that wall. And that was just a thought. So I took a video and sent it to the guys. I was like, hey, we're going to do this. And so after their first set, they had 3 sets that day. After their first set, we went out there, spent 5 minutes on that wall and about 6 minutes on another section right next to it. And we did some quick photos. And I was just like, I love that. And with them, they're great guys. I love to get them kind of going and let them tell stories and like do a lot of the candid photos. And that was one of the ones that I posted, was them just laughing their butts off. So, and I love it. And I feel like that showcases their personality. And you can have pictures with instruments and everyone's standing and they're posing. And I can put you in a studio and you're only going to be as comfortable as you want to be. But when you're
Exactly.
in your own environment and you're doing things with people you enjoy doing them with, as well as, you have that comfortability with people who are, your B team, it's so much easier to continue to be yourself and promote yourself and to do things you love. I feel like, at least for me, it is.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, same thing in the podcast industry and the radio industry too.
I'm sorry.
When you know people in advance and you sit down in front of them, it's just like having a chat. I mean, you're just
Yes.
having a little conversation, that
Mhm.
may last a half hour, but uh, you know each other. You kind of
Yeah.
know what's going to happen when you
Hmm.
start talking to each other. But
Hmm.
I was not aware at all that you were writing songs. I mean, I
Yeah.
can't believe that. I mean,
Yeah.
um, but you know, my dad and everybody growing up in my household, same thing. Dad was always playing music. He always had friends over that were playing music on the weekends and stuff. And so it was pretty common thing for us also.
Mhm.
But so who have you worked with that you just absolutely adore talking to and working with?
Oh gosh. Really all of them. I feel like everybody is so different.
Yeah, they're good people.
They're different individually and they're different in the band setting. So
Hmm.
I have a good time with just about everybody. Normally, if it's
Exactly.
just about, so, it's always like, hey, all right, we're here, we're gonna shoot. I'm gonna go disappear for a couple of hours and then I'll be back. But I'm gonna go edit and do all this and I come back. So as long as they can, deal with me and my back and forth, like I feel like everyone's great and dandy. I've always enjoyed it. Authentic, or they are great characters. They're all funny. The Poe,
Yeah,
obviously, Sister Sadie, family, they're amazing women. They are
they are.
definitely going places, and I love watching them and just getting to be a part of that anytime I can. And the grass schools, I guess that's more of like that's always been like, 12-year-old Lacey, super excited. Like,
Yeah, to see those guys, I'm
I
telling you.
know, I love it. And I mean, they're really all great. Like I said, all the guys individually, even if I don't always get to work with the front people, I've worked with so many people who fill in with people where they may have front bands or their own thing.
Hmm.
And I don't work with anybody I never feel comfortable with. And
Yeah.
that's just one thing you have to do in, today's life. So you see it pictures out there. They're all great people. I love them personally.
Well, I
So
mean, it's going to show in your
yeah.
work if you just don't feel comfortable working with somebody.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can only
Especially
imagine. I mean, yeah, but I've met groups before that I would just be like, wow, this is a struggle. I'm gonna have to get through this. But
yeah.
and I can't, I'm like you, I can't mention any names or anything, but there's been like, they always say don't meet your hero.
Oh yeah.
It's a couple of times I've had that and I've sit down and I'll be like, oh my gosh, wish I would
There's
have never
yeah, there's
done
definitely
this.
a big separation. I call it the separation of church and state
Oh, that is so true.
when it comes to like, being the behind the scenes. Most of the time, like I love being a fly on the wall, but I like being a fly on the wall visually.
Yeah, exactly.
And I always know, if I should tune out, I tune out. I'll walk out
Hmm.
with earbuds and I'll just, get all my stuff that I need to get. But there's stories out there that I absolutely love. There's stories out there I wish I never heard. I try to wrote a list.
Yeah, me
But
too.
yeah, there's been times I think my thing, especially starting out, whenever I'd be working at festivals, I'd get
Hmm.
up there and, some of the bands I knew, some of the bands I didn't know, there'd be bands that I don't know their set list. And for most of the thing, if I work with you and if you have singles coming out or music that's unreleased, I normally get it because I need to know for, photos and videos, whose break's coming up next, what's your dynamic, your stage plot. And that helps me because when I shoot from side stage, I know who's going to come in, who's going to go out, who I'm going to get. It's not just mic stands. And then I'll get some groups who I just never worked with, and it's not their
Yeah.
fault. It's not my fault. I love working on the fly too, but I'll look later and I'll be editing. I'm like, I could have done so much more. Like if I would have known that this was that. But yeah, man, I've enjoyed. There's things I wish you could avoid, but fly on the wall, just like headphones.
That's it. Okay, now let's talk about iconic people that you always wanted to work with that you finally got an opportunity to shoot pictures of.
Yeah, I mean, Rhonda Benson's definitely one of
Oh
those.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, being a young woman in bluegrass music, like growing up, she was, one of the idols that we had out there. And especially for me growing up, she was amazing. Dan Taminsky, that was
Oh
awesome.
yeah, Dan's a great guy,
Yeah.
man. I'm so
Uh,
glad I got to know this fella, man. It was
yeah, and his whole band.
so many years. I was like
Yes.
thinking, okay, he's gonna be like, oh brother, where art thou? No, he's not. He's
No.
Dan.
Yeah, and that's just it. That's what everybody, and that's a lot of people are like, oh, they're going to be like this, and like, no, they are. He's Dan
Mm,
Tennessee. That's who he is.
that's
Just like,
right.
they are authentic, unlimited. They are the Poe Ramblin' Boys.
Exactly.
Individually, they're all something different. But yeah, I've got to work at the Opry a couple different times with different bands, and I've got to, even just taking pictures, backstage. I've got to take some cool photos of
Wow.
artists and stuff. And I'm just like, that was cool. Like I think, yeah, I did a photo of John Metter and Carrie Underwood, and I was just like, yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
I was like, yeah,
That's an
that's
awesome
great.
thing.
Cell phone pic and just a behind the scenes photo. I'm like, yeah. And those are some times where I'm like, I was telling you yesterday, I said, I do really miss going to festivals a lot because
Yeah.
some of the stuff I'll do 17 shoots a month, but I may only get to post 2 or 3 because
Hmm.
stuff that's coming out. I do a lot of EPK projects. I do a lot of like album shoots and the studio shoots. But when it comes to my live stuff, I can normally freely post that. We post it
Yeah.
as we're going throughout the day. For festivals, I'll try to post a little snippet in between sets. And then when I, work for other people, it's like, okay, can't wait till you post that though. It'll be like 4 months later. I'm like, man, that looks familiar. Like, oh wait, that was mine. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Yeah, we got John coming to town in Savannah with Vince in all and let's see, wait a minute. June? Yeah, June the
Nice.
7th. And
Yeah,
so looking forward to seeing John again. I hadn't seen him
yeah.
since the Pigeon Forge Bluegrass Festival
Oh Lord,
last
it's been
year,
a
I
minute.
think. Yeah. And
Yeah, he's doing great with Vince. I love seeing that stuff.
I do too. I'm really happy to see that his whole situation went forward like that
Oh yeah.
for him, and I'm just really proud of him. He's handling it great, and
Hmm.
this is where he needs to be right now.
Yes. No, I agree. He's killing it.
Yeah, he is. Now it's a what really surprises me is that have you ever gotten a picture of Vince Gill?
Yeah.
Have you
So
really? Okay.
yeah, the first time I got a picture was actually my first time getting to shoot the Opry was man, I guess that was 2020 2023, 2024. Authentic did their Opry debut. It was Black Friday. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so I went there and shot for them, and Vince came backstage and like just kind of hung out with the guys and sang with the guys before his last set and his only set. And I was tickled pink, so I'm just like taking pictures of everything and like taking videos. I'm without cell phones. Kendra McKinnon was there as well, and she does a
Oh
lot of the
wow.
graphics for Authentic.
Yeah.
And I send a lot of my photos to her, and she does all that magic. So all that stuff you see, props to her. And she's over there. I'm like, girl, take this phone. And she's like getting a phone, and I'm like over here. So it's fun when you get to like double team it, but also, you don't want to be too much in someone's face. It's a great moment,
Yeah.
authentic. And so, that's what it was for. I'm happy I got to do it, but I have to do it comfortably for them. So they have
Yeah.
their, and then I don't really bow out, I walk out. So, and then that was also, yeah, after that, he had the guys come out and sing with him. Yeah, that same night. So
John
authentic
told me that. He
Opry
told me
debut.
that story, and I
Yeah.
was like, "So that's the night that you guys really met." And
Hmm.
I think that's the night that it all went down.
And that's just
He
crazy
pretty
because we have
much
the
met
videos, we
John.
have the
Yeah.
photos of it. And like
Wow.
those are the kind of things, situations like that. That's what I absolutely love to live for. You can
Oh
physically
yeah.
go back and look back on that. 30 years from now, you have this and like, well, this is how it started. If I could have been a fly on the wall with like Keith Whitley and
Yeah.
Paul
Really.
and some of the great people that I absolutely love, I would have loved to seen that stuff. I'm
Hmm.
grateful for all the stuff I have seen, but it's pretty amazing. But because they on stage, I was at the Opry, I got to shoot stage photos, and there's specific rules that you follow, so you always want to stay within those rules. So I was like super stoked. I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
But
Give
yeah,
me those rules.
yeah,
I'm
do it.
I'm telling you because
It's
the
crazy.
Opry is a legendary place, just like the
Yes.
Ryman. But I, like you're saying, you have to be kind of staying in line there,
Hmm.
with what they got going on.
Hmm.
But when you go back, it's second nature to you, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, so how far have you gone for a festival with somebody?
Oh, well, we just got back from California with Poe Ramblin' Boys.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, we've been out to Telluride. We went out to Winter Wondergrass out there in Colorado. They were at the Berkeley Bluegrass Festival in California. I think
Oh
we're coming
wow, yeah.
back in June, back to California. I
Hmm.
don't know exactly where. Sometimes I just look at it. I'm like, okay, this is where we're going. This is what I need to pack.
Yeah,
It's
I'll be
so
right
many
behind you.
photos. Yeah, I'm like, I'll be right there. They make fun of me. I bought a little dolly that I can put my camera case on that whenever I'm walking through the airport, because I'll just be holding my camera case and it's a big old Pelican case. And they'll be like, do you want us to carry that? I'm like, no, I got this.
Yeah,
Like
really.
now I got this little dolly and like, oh yeah. I'm like, I
You
got
hold
this.
your banjo. This is my part. Okay,
No,
this
they
is what
check
I
their
do.
stuff and normally they're good. Like they're free hands. They're just like, oh, you don't want to. I'm like, no, I got this. But
That's amazing. It sounds like you're having. First of all, it sounds like you're having a great time doing what you're doing,
oh
and
yes.
but the whole thing about this podcast, My Appalachian Home, is kind of highlighting people that are sort of behind the scenes, maybe one step back
Mhm.
from all these guys that are out there in front of a microphone every night. But you, along with other people, are you're what we see. What you decide that we need to see, that's what we see. So you got a ton of control right there. Have you have
Well,
you have you ever let it go to your head?
I don't know if you saw that photo of Colton with the Authentic Unlimited.
Oh
The game
yeah.
mullet. That's probably about the only time I went to my head. But that was Colton's idea. Colton and John were so down for that. They're like, please do this. So no, it's definitely a shared control. Um, Number one, like I respect everybody I work with.
Oh
And
yeah.
just because
Yeah.
I like something does not mean they like something. And just because
Exactly.
I'm like, hey, this hits a mark that I'm checking, it doesn't work, for everybody. So as long I like to get to know everybody and I work with them and I know what they like and everybody who's worked with me, they know I ask a ton of questions. If I don't know, I'm going to ask because I'm
Sure.
going to ask now. And because this is more, so you could always, ask for forgiveness later, but this is a public thing.
Yeah.
That's a little harder to maintain. So it's definitely a shared control. It doesn't go to my head. We do have fun with it, especially like, Photoshop or whatever. Uh,
Sure.
just every once in a while. But I like being able to be creative with the person and having
Yeah.
control to be able to put out what they want. And that's what the
Exactly.
artist gets. It's not what I'm wanting. It's not what, maybe a label's pushing that they're not necessarily into. It's me one on one with these guys individually and females individually of what do you guys want and what do you want to push?
Hmm.
And let's do it. I'm here to
Yeah.
do it.
I want to know who shot the picture of John on Zach Top's back
That
when
wasn't
they were
me.
doing the piggyback thing.
Oh, I think that was, I want to,
I'm
I don't
trying
know
to
if I'm
find
wrong.
somebody
I
that
don't
can
know if
tell me
I'm
that
right.
story.
John Metter would have to come in here and say, but I think his friend, one of our buddies, Seth, I think Seth was with him maybe and took the picture,
Yeah, I
but they
can't
must have,
remember. He told me,
yeah,
but I was like,
yeah, I
that's
think it
just a
was Seth.
golden shot right
It could have
there to
been
me.
anybody. Yeah. No, that was a funny shot. It got circulated everywhere. Yeah, sadly, I wasn't behind the scenes there. I was working over at festivals, but yeah.
I can imagine you would have what
Oh, yeah.
you would have taken care of that business, no doubt in my
Oh, all
mind.
the time. Yeah. You're very much, Lacey, have your camera out at all moments.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, man, if you don't have a camera in your hand, something's
No, you're just missing a
definitely
whole,
wrong.
yeah, all the time.
Exactly. So what's the rest of the year looking like for you? Are you scheduled up pretty deep, or what do you got?
It's looking really good. I've got a lot of committed work for the rest of the year for about four different bands traveling with them.
Wow,
Um, I did get the opportunity to sign on with Little Sugar Creek Farms, so go
that's
check them
cool.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
tell me
Uh,
about that. I saw something about that, but I really didn't get it all.
yeah, there's an article in Bluegrass Today. You can check it
Right.
out. Nathan and Lisa Truitt, they're from Indiana. They're the
Hmm.
owners, and they're great people that I've gotten to meet over the last year. And they've kind of gotten together. And what we're building is just kind of like a bluegrass production empire, is what I like to call it. But there's a lot of information coming.
Wow.
I can't say everything. There's some news out there. Like obviously, I've signed on with them as their head photographer. They've done a partnership with the Poe Ramblin' Boys as well. So
Cool.
Pythagoras Band is another band out at ETSU that they've set out to sponsor too. So just follow them. Bluegrass Today is going to be updating some stuff, and follow me too because I'll throw it on there and check it out.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
no
there's
doubt about that.
a lot of big news. I wish I could just like go into everything, but like, keep watching. You know.
I think that's a good thing,
Right.
You gotta keep people wondering what's going on this week,
Right. It's like it's going.
that's a good opportunity though. I think just from what you've told me, the past 5 seconds, that that's going to be something that's going to cause you to grow a little bit more in what you're doing. I mean, you're a
Yes.
great photographer. You've got a good eye and you know how to do these things already. But sometimes do you feel like maybe you're kind of, I want to do something a little bit different just to help me a little bit, get out of your zone there,
Yeah, and I think I come to that about every 3 months. It's like,
Yeah.
well, I've done this, and like I said, photography within itself is it's a whole big thing. And
Hmm.
I've been learning this whole big thing, as I go, and I've had great mentors. So there's definitely times where I'm like, I want to do this. All
Yeah.
right, it's time to boost that up, and like this is what I need to do, and investing in camera equipment, investing in different programs,
Right.
things like that. It's a whole side thing. And then also, I probably have like 50 hours of watch time a week of just learning programs,
Wow.
different things that I'm doing. And that helps because, I travel a lot. So it's a lot of YouTube and a lot of podcasts and a lot of like tutorials on things while I'm traveling. And
I
normally
got you.
I get there, I'm freshened up and I just try to start working through it. But I love staying creative. Bands help me, so bands help me a lot to keep pushing. They
Hmm.
have ideas I haven't had. And one thing I love is, just being teachable. So,
Right.
learning the value in something where somebody else sees it and then like, yeah, I probably could apply that, if I did that or using it or saving that information. So I try to just keep pushing myself so I don't get burned out. I want
Hmm.
to keep learning things. And as long as I feel like I still have that want, then I want to do it. Like I'm going to keep doing it.
That's it. I think
Yeah.
you should, man. I mean, I think it's probably your calling.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Hey, thanks for sitting down with me today and just giving everybody a look into your world because I think this is a world that not everybody gets to see. So,
Yeah, no, thank you for having me and thank you for what you do.
hey,
Same
you're
with what you do. It's, all behind the scenes. So like in my head, I would want to film you doing an interview with somebody and get the whole behind the scenes things, piece all that together. So
yeah, we'll work that out sometime.
it's just creative minds.
Exactly. I think it can all come together and be a great collaboration.
Yes, for real.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, enjoy the rest of your time off. And when you
you.
hit the road, just think about what we're going to do. I mean, who could
Right?
we get Del McCurry to sit down, or somebody,
Oh shoot. Yeah, I love Dell.
that'd be the great thing to do. All right. Well, this has been our debut episode of My Appalachian Home with Rick Dollar. And my first guest is Miss Lacey Mack.